All right, we're gonna get to the last topic. This is Tez Figaro, and we're gonna just watch a little bits of pieces. Like Tez Figaro is very infamous or famous, whatever you want to call her. She has been on the Breakfast Club, and she was schooled by Vivek Ramaswamy. I would say about a couple months ago when Vivek was still running. And again with Tez Figaro, I mean, she says she's independent, but it just feels like she's always caping for Democrats or she's on their side. And if it doesn't matter what side you're on. If you're on that side, you're on that side, fine, whatever. But it seems like she goes extra hard on a lot of the Democrat or not Democrats, but the conservatives when they do show up on the platform or when she's talking to a conservative. So we're definitely going to see that. See that as well, and we're going to watch Anton Daniels react to it. Anton Daniels, he has definitely been on a come up as well too. Like ever since Anton Daniels has been in this platform, I want to say for almost like since 2020, if I recall. But Anton has been killing the game. Anton has been quite the pioneer. He definitely gave me the inspiration to try to do some type of reaction channel or do something where you have a panel and we got bigger plans for this channel. But Anton is definitely a good blueprint, just like Shannon Sharp. But Anton's probably more attainable for most people. Like if you want to get in this game, watch how Anton does it and watch how how Anton sets up his platform. He has multiple channels, and I would love to get on his Monday night panel. I don't know if you have time. Like I know you're busy, MC, but if when it comes to like Anton's multiple platforms, the one that I would say if you do have time to watch it, watch his Monday night one though, because his Monday night show has definitely evolved from what it used to be on the Lapeef channel, which Lapeef was. I mean, I think you still watch Lapeef. I haven't watched it in a while, but Lapeef
just the
is
Tuesday
actually
show.
good.
I watched the King talk on Lapeef for sure.
Yeah. I've been meaning to every now and then. Every time it shows up in my feed, but I just never go to it, unfortunately. But I know you tell me good things about it. And Anton came from, for folks that may not know, but Anton he started Lapeef with the other creator over there, and then they there was a falling out or separation or whatever it is, and Anton focused a little bit more on his channel, and he's just been killing the game. And
shout outs to both of them. Shout out to Lapeef Jr. and Anton Daniels. Salute.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, Anton is just one of the few creators out there that gives you a good model of how you want to run your YouTube channel or how you want to talk to guests. So
dog, you sit next to a big dog. But out of that whole stage right there, if Trump wins, only one of y'all going to the White House, and that's Michaela right there. And so we got to be honest on what we got to know. We have to know. What I'm saying is, hold on. Out of the whole crowd, only one person. Hold on, let me just.
Gotta listen to each other. Let's hear.
And this is why. Black people, and when it comes down to
finish your comment, baby.
When it comes down to a divide,
focus on
when it comes down to a divide in our community. This is why, because we're talking about everybody being so politically correct instead of in 4 years, what are we going to get? You mentioned chaos. Black people have been in chaos way before this debate ever started. We're in chaos in the homeless shelters. We're in chaos when it comes to the Department of Labor. We're in chaos. The fact that Jock has to bring out laptops for the kids because there's not enough resources in our community. Right. And so when we have a sister with a different opinion than ours, it's about giving that respect. The fact that...
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, no, you're not. No, I'm going to stop you because you're going on and on. And this sister here is the one that invited this sister. So if I did not respect this sister, she wouldn't be sitting here. You're going to put some respect on that. We're not going to sit up here. No, you can get frustrated and look down and all of that. Relax. But we got to make sure we're very clear. This platform was designed to bring this sister here. So if there was no respect for this sister, she wouldn't be here. So let's make sure we're using the right context, brother. I don't mind you making...
Let me stop this right here. This Tezlyn Figaro, this is the same woman that was spewing the nonsense on the Breakfast Club a little while ago. I think maybe a year or two ago. And then she went online and all of that. This woman got the sassiest, nastiest attitude of women that we've seen thus far. I'm going to do a separate video on some of the issues that they were addressing because I didn't even know that this existed until they told me in the chat And then I called Michaela and I said, what the hell was going on? So we're going to get into that. And then I'm going to also bring Michaela back on the platform probably this weekend in an emergency live stream, because I need to get her perspective and her thoughts after I watch this whole thing, because we did our own debate coverage. All right. So that's number one. Number two, this type of woman, imagine being in a relationship with this type of woman. This is why these women can't get married. This is the personification of what we label an angry Black woman. And don't give her a couple dollars that she ain't used to. Don't give her a couple titles that she ain't used to. This woman is probably going to read this man a riot act. And I'm so glad that y'all sent me this and then also gave me the timestamps of where it is that I need to be paying attention to, because this is absolutely positively disrespectful. Let's get into it, man.
All right. So early thoughts on this.
Off the rip, I'm gonna tell you, I've been following Tezlyn Figaro for a long time. I'm familiar, and oftentimes when she talks about her resume a lot, and I recall a conversation. She probably won't remember this because she's got a lot of followers, but she was arguing with somebody on IG about her resume, and I commented, "Never explain yourself. Your friends don't need it, and your enemies won't believe it." She liked it, but she continued to argue with everybody who was questioning what she was doing. So I say all that to say this: she's masculine, but she's insecure masculine, which is the worst kind.
Yeah.
God forbid a younger Black woman with a different point of view comes on your platform and outshines you. It sounds like she want to be the biggest star in the room, but if you're not familiar with what's happening with Miss Montgomery here, she's up next. I think there's about to be a wave of conservatism with Black folks, and she's going to be one of those people that's going to be leading it. And it's too early for me to have an opinion on her, but I like what I'm seeing so far, and I hope she means everything she says, because people like her and Angela Stanton King, I rock with them. I rock with them so much. And I don't dislike Tez, but this is an L for Tez. I get it. It's your show. You invited her up there. She was not disrespectful to you. She made her points. She substantiated it with something. And it started to go sideways when this gentleman in the audience, who, like most Black men, are starting to realize, hey, these conservative women is where it's at. Let me go over here and support them and rock with them and see what's up. It looks like Tez has some issues with that. Why did she bring up her resume? In that particular clip right there, unless I missed something that happened earlier, nobody questioned her resume and what work she's done. He was just praising Michaela and saying, show Michaela some respect and hear her out and listen to what she's saying. She's saying some good stuff, which I agree with. So I don't know why Tez took it there.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate look, because Revolt, remind me, is that the platform Diddy was involved with?
Yeah, I think he sold off his ownership of it when all this diddling stuff came up.
Yeah. So you have your platform's been in the news, but for the wrong reasons. And here we are again, not even that long ago, being in the news for the wrong reason. And I know Revolt is a very established platform, but I've never looked at, their platform ever. I just heard the whole Revolt thing with Diddy. And then you have this outburst with Tez, and it's like, she was just unhinged. She was also just uncontrolled, very defiant. And she was the moderator. There's no reason for her to act the way she acted. You're just a moderator. And apparently we need a new definition of being a moderator, because as we saw with the Trump debate, being a moderator means you're involved with asking or not asking questions, but you're also you pick a side, and then you just ambush the speaker, which is probably how Michaela probably felt. And I don't think Anton and Michaela had that interview or the discussion, the post discussion or anything. But yeah, Michaela, Michaela should actually be a household name by now. And the conservatives, they should honestly, the other conservatives out there, they should be bringing Michaela onto their platform. Like, I don't know why she hasn't been brought to some platforms, but she's the person you want to have on your platform and have this conversation with, because for some reason there's been black men discussing things with the conservative movement, and you got the Byron Donalds, you got I'm forgetting his name, Scott. What's the guy? The
Tim Scott.
Tim Scott. You have Tim Scott, and then you have there's a blank on another one. The dude that was in Biden's, or not Biden, but Trump's first administration, the neurosurgeon.
Ben Carson, Dr.
Ben Carson, yeah. And you have all those individuals. I think Byron Scott is probably the most that people will probably relate to. But all those men are established, they're made, and they're very successful in their own right. And especially Byron, sorry, who's the guy that was in
Tim Scott?
No,
you're talking about Dr. Ben Carson.
Dr. Ben Carson. There we go. So even with
legendary Dr. Ben Carson, first black
exactly,
man,
exactly. And so when people, real quick, just to give him his flowers, I know I was blanking on his name, but and I do that a lot of times with names. But with Dr. Ben Carson, I mean, he's one of the top neurosurgeons out there. Like, wait, is he's a neurosurgeon, right?
Yep, he terrible.
Is. Okay, good. So when it comes to being like, if you want the neurosurgeon, you can say DI all you want. He's the top. He's the guy. So people get this whole DI thing mixed up. Ben Carson is Dr. Ben Carson is the guy you want to do any type of brain surgery on you. Like they named procedures after him. So, real quick, but I just want to say that real quick. But going back to Michaela, or not Michaela, but Tez, this is like another outburst. Like, I want to say when she does go viral, it's because she's yelling at somebody or just, having like a terrible argument with that person. So, I mean, I know people don't go viral for like being nice or, they should be cooking on something or at least have like kind of have herself composed, but not this time. Again.
Yeah. I do want to drop a couple things here, but I want to go back to something because I want to call out the Republicans that put on more black people in the medical field than lately than the other side is, because the Florida Surgeon General right now is also another black man who had to get it out the mud, just like Dr. Ben Carson. They built their own names, their own credentials, and I think we need to acknowledge that because we're all capable of doing that. I'll start there. Taking it back to Tez, I'm gonna give you 3 names. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm bringing these 3 names up: Molly Qerim, Michelle Beadle, and Dana Bash. These are all people who are supposed to be commentators, which by definition are supposed to be unbiased. And these are 3 strong personalities. Whenever they're quote unquote moderating, they don't moderate. They become a part of the show. Moderators. If you're a moderator, I should never know if you like the person you're talking to or not. And these 4, and I know they all happen to be women, but those are the strongest examples I can think of. I can watch them moderate and I can tell who they like and who they don't like. I can tell if there's biases or there's not biases, especially Michelle Beadle. She's like the worst of it. But I say all that to say a good moderator nowadays is a very hard skill to find. Matter of fact, I can't even think of a good moderator. Maybe on Mason Cam's show, Stat Baby. I like Stat. She's a good moderator. But outside of her, I don't think there's too many good moderators out there right now.
Yeah, I would agree that when it comes to being a moderator today, it just tells me that you're biased. Like whatever your network is, I mean, maybe not. I mean, Fox News hasn't. I don't think they've done a debate in a while. But when it comes to like some of these other, they just turn to activists or they have a bias, like you said, and they support one side. And it's like, that's not what people want to know. And there's 4 people here. There's 4 people in this picture that, I mean, this is Young Jock, and I forgot who this guy was. But, there's Michaela, and then this is another conservative, which there are growing, there's more conservative black men that are being a little more outspoken nowadays than there were, back in 2020. So that part of the vote is, Kamala's not winning, right? She's losing. But and Young Jock, it's weird that Young Jock was like over here talking about this stuff. It's like, Young Jock was talking about initially. I think he went into the topic of immigration, and it's like, Young Jock, which side is helping you? Which side is inviting immigrants into Black communities, and which one's trying to get rid of them? And send them back to Mexico, make sure they go through a proper way, which we do have. And it's like it's just an easy conversation. Like, I don't believe that he's. I think maybe he's doing it for the cameras, but there's no way he's liberal, and especially the money that he's making. There's no way he is liberal. Just want to. I mean, by their own ideologies, they're going to take his wealth.
Why is it when it comes to us, and I'm gonna make this racial for just a minute.
Yeah.
When it comes to us in politics, they invite athletes, rappers, former porn stars, Instagram models to opine on stuff like this. Like, are we the only group of people they do this with? I'm curious. Like, I'm wondering with some of my non-melanated folks, who do they go to when they want to talk to the other non-melanated groups? If they want to talk to white people, they're not going to go pull Taylor Swift. Like, where does this come from? I think it's just further proof that they're disrespecting our intellect. And people like Michaela Montgomery prove that every day when she embarrasses them and makes them look silly.
Well, they're not disrespecting our intellect. They're just showing us what we are. Because when Meg the Stallion went to Kamala's, I don't know what that was, like whatever town hall or whatever it was. It wasn't.
That's what it was.
Whatever it was a shit show, is what it was. But when Meg Thee Stallion went there and was out there twerking and had the music playing with the kids there and everything that kids should not be listening to, I mean, she didn't have to even like really try there. She's just showing us how she thinks, like what we allow people to think about the Black community, and it's 100% our fault, and there's no correction. So when Tez gets out here and you got Young Jock out here, I'm just going to sit here and watch. It shows you the place where Black men are at and where Black women are at, because this is a crazy thing. We have Michaela Montgomery just leading the charge in the Black community when it comes to just being conservative and discussing things related to Trump. There's no other. It should be more Black men talking about it, and there should also be more Black women. There's some Black women that have definitely been talking about it, but nobody as gifted as Michaela. Michaela definitely has a gift, has a future in this space if she can break out of it, because she should be on like the Benny I forget his name, Benny Johnson. Yeah, Benny Johnson, and then some other conservative platforms. Even Tucker, Tucker should be interviewing her, should be talking to her. But it hasn't happened yet. So hopefully she got some other things lined up though. But it's just unfortunate. This is probably an accurate representation of the Black community, where you got a couple people here, and you got a couple people on the left side and the right side, and then you got people that say they're independent, but they're really on the left side.
Taking it back to Tez real quick, when are we going to learn that just because you talk louder or more than somebody doesn't mean you won the debate? She said nothing there. She did not address any of the points Michaela made, nor did she address what the guy in the audience said. She just talked about her resume, and she said it loud, and she said it repeatedly.
Yeah,
I'm not going back and forth with those people anymore. This was classic sign language.
Yeah.
But I still Tez does work though, so I respect her in that regard. But she took an L on this.
Yeah. Not the best look for her, unfortunately. And the crazy thing is, she ain't gonna lose any deals.
Nah, she won't. I don't even think she does the Breakfast Club stuff anymore. And honestly, she was pretty disrespectful with Vivek too. I don't think Vivek said anything out of pocket to her.
No.
Matter of fact, he praised her for her military service, because I think she was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
But again, the Republicans are willing to go to the other side, and the Dems aren't. So they got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Making the point about one sister going, this is the only sister on this stage that
when they bring y'all up there, sometimes they trying to set y'all up, or they trying to use your name because they know that you got motion. Let's get into it.
wanna go. So let's also make that clear. Because So you might want to back that. Yeah, you did. You said you don't have like ain't but Bernie Sanders. Only one, because remember, you don't want to do resumes because the sister already said she don't have no resume. So you might want to back that. Yeah, you did. You said you don't have like resume. Ain't but one sister, the senior public policy advisor for Ben Crump. Let's go on.
So right after she said she was respected, then she go and attack her in order to try to justify her argument.
All right.
Imagine arguing. Imagine arguing with another man like this. How long are you going to listen to this before shit about to start? Before stuff starts to happen?
Oh man.
How much longer in that tone and in that manner are you going to go back and forth with another man before things start to happen? Furniture going to start moving pretty soon.
Yeah, and Tez, the crazy thing is, even if Tez, if men start doing that, it's going to come to fisticuffs. But Tez, I mean, she kind of, I guess women in general, they kind of get a free pass on that. And some of them know, hey, this is getting too wild, I'm getting out of pocket. And then you have some that say, hey, I can go as far as I want on that line, and ain't nobody going to do nothing. None of the men are going to do anything. None of the, I mean, I don't know if Tez, I don't know how high ranking Tez is at the revolt, but this definitely is, it was a bad look, but yeah, I'm not going to go through all this because this is kind of what we saw is what happened. So final point on this.
Yeah, my final point on this is for those of you that watch Game of Thrones, I'm talking about not House of Dragon, the first one on HBO. There was a character on there named Tywin Lannister, and one of his best quotes, which I rock with to this day: any man who says that I am king is no true king. That goes for any man or woman that's constantly bragging on their resume and their accomplishments. If you got to bring it up that much, you're probably not what you think you are.
Yeah, the whole resume thing triggering her like that, and I want to say, I mean, I don't know Tez like that, but I know she is accomplished, and she should. I mean, it's crazy. Like we just reacted to Shannon Sharp, who makes all that money, has all the accolades, Hall of Famer. I mean, it's very rare for a football player, a pro football player, to get into the Hall of Fame, and he got there. I think he might have been a second or third ballot, but he got there. And I mean, still in the Hall. Oh, real quick, that's what it was. The Hall of Fame conversation for him and Skip, that they got into it is like, well, you were, second ballot or third ballot or something. But that was part of the reason. But anyways, it's weird that Shannon had that reaction, and he's like walking away from like, well, the whole rainbow conversation, and you got Tez, who's supposed to be having like a conversation that Black Americans need to be listening to, and that not enough Black people are tapping into any conservative channel where they don't look like them. It's weird that the person has to look like you for you to really be interested in them, because I listen to a variety of conservative channels, and every now and then I might come across like a few some CNN things and some other folks, but MSNBC, but again, she had a complete crazy reaction. And so it's just weird that how they're on different spectrums. And when it comes to like, when you feel like you're not being appreciated or you're being disrespected, Shannon, he can't have that outburst. Tez can.
And don't tell me there's no privilege in being a woman.
Hey,
I'm not trying to hear that. Because she can be as combative and masculine as she want to be, but if a man bring that energy back to her, she can hide back behind that feminine, divine feminine shield anytime she wants to. Just like that lady, the brick lady, she was out there slapping men and lied and said a Black man hit her with a brick. She got real feminine real quick when she had that bruise on her face. Come to find out she was lying the whole time.
Yeah,
we got to get rid of this masculine energy in these women, man. Honestly, I take that back. We'll never get rid of it. But we need to deal with the ones that conduct themselves appropriately for us.
Yeah, definitely a lot of conversations there, and we'll start, looking at more reaction videos, especially with dealing with relationships. And we're not going to solve any of that stuff. We will react and laugh, but it'll be a fun ride though. So everyone, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. We plan on doing this every week. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us if you have any suggestions for the channel or if you want to have us discuss something. So have a great night.
Peace.